this defense and what they've got going?
Yeah, very good group. They play physical. They play together. It'll be a great challenge for us. But I'm super pumped up, and we're excited. Had an extra week of work, and we're ready.
These last 2 weeks been just coming off of the way the games are ended, and just kind of moving on, learning from it, and trying to grow from it.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's a heartbreaker. Like you never want a game to end like that, and for me in the quarterback room, I got to look back at the film and watch it, and can't fumble like that, can't turn the ball over. But at the same time, we got 2 more games, 2 more great teams we got to play, so really just got to put it behind us and move forward.
What did you see from the film that you watched and how the offense operated against Missouri?
I mean, honestly, hats off to Missouri. I thought they played well against us. Obviously there was opportunities that we missed, things you can get better at, but shoot, you can't play perfect. You're going to make mistakes, and unfortunately, we had very untimely mistakes, and it cost us that game.
How beneficial was this bye week, and what are you looking to prove against Alabama next game?
Yeah, bye week was awesome. Getting a week off is really nice, especially playing a schedule like this. Honestly, like it's tough. You're, week after week, you're playing some studs, playing some really good teams. So having that bye week's really nice. And on top of that, being able to game prep for Alabama an extra week is super helpful too.
Jackson, how big would it be for this team to get to a bowl game?
Be huge. A lot of people were probably saying this team has nothing left to play for, but really a bowl game is huge. Being able to spend an extra month with the guys, the seniors that are going to leave, it's big. It's big for those guys. It's big for people that haven't even been to a bowl game yet, like our freshmen. Just being able to be a part of that atmosphere is a huge, goal for the team. Would boost a lot of morale.
Having those extra 15 practices leading into last year's bowl game, which obviously ended up being your first start, how beneficial was that for you at the time?
It was big. If I didn't have those 15 practices and just a week to go into it, the game would have been a lot different. But again, for me last year, I'm building confidence with the ones, kind of stepping into a leadership role at an early stage. It was all beneficial. Obviously extra time to prepare for a game is super helpful, especially same as this bye week last week.
What's it mean to get that captain nod this week? Team standing behind you.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. Just knowing that the team and the coaches have my back and support me, it's a good feeling for sure, and I'm super appreciative of those guys.
I know the team has faced a lot of adversity this season, especially with its first season being in the SEC. So how are you guys handling that adversity, especially with the bye week and everything else week to week?
Just handling it as best as we can, taking it day by day, blocking out external factors, social media, just anything negative that can tear us apart inside the locker room, just kind of keeping it away. Ignorance is bliss, so kind of staying away from everything that can filter in and drag us through the mud has been the biggest part for us.
Jackson, you guys feel like you guys can get it going, open it up this week against Alabama?
For sure. I say that, and I feel like we could do that every week. Stuff just hasn't gone our way sometimes. I've made mistakes. Other people made mistakes too. Like sometimes things just don't click, and that's life. But I feel like every week's the same thing. We just got to go out and play together and execute at a high level.
Also, the team always wants to win, but what would it mean to send Danny and Billy and all the other seniors off in their last home game on Saturday with a big win?
Be huge. Obviously, Danny and Billy aren't going to be here next year. A bunch of our, we have a bunch of seniors that aren't going to be here next year, and so for them, I think we've lost a handful of games this year in the Palace, and that's honestly not acceptable for this program and this standard. So, sending them off with one last one would be very special.
Jackson, you mentioned blocking out the noise. The noise around you right now outside of here is your future here and everything that goes into that in today's college football world. How have you been able to block that out maybe, and that narrative, and have you given any thought to your future here?
I don't look at anything ever. I stay in my lane. I stay focused. I have Snapchat, so I talk to my friends, talk to my family, call them, and talk to my girlfriend. But other than that, I don't go on any social media. And regarding my future, we got two great teams left that we got to go against. I'm just taking it week by week.
How big would it be for this team? Obviously, the season hasn't gone well, but how big would it be for this team to maybe surprise some folks and win these last two games, or win at least one of these last two games?
Yeah, no, it'd be awesome. Obviously going to another these last 2 weeks would be ideal. Send those seniors off with a great last 2 weeks against two great teams, and be two great environments too. It'd be really awesome.
Jackson, it's been almost a month now. You've been working more closely with Kevin. Just how have you seen your relationship grow with him over the past month, especially during an off week like last week?
Yeah, I really thought my relationship with Coach Johns kind of took that next step when I wasn't playing. When I got benched, he was right there for me. He kind of shared some of his, I guess, his not struggles, but I mean his similarities to when Coach Elko went to A&M and he didn't go with him. He kind of opened up to me, and we really bonded over that. Talked to each other, and now that he's my actual QB coach and teaching me things that I didn't know before, whether that's footwork or timing and rhythm. He's huge on timing and rhythm. But being able to work with him these past couple of weeks has been great.
It's been like seeing Xavier. Obviously, he had some big runs for you guys late against Missouri. Just seeing his growth and maturation throughout this year.
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, it's awesome seeing young guys step up and step into a role in which they might not have thought they would be in at this point in the year. But X could have easily checked out throughout the year, thinking I'm just going to redshirt. But no, he kept grinding week by week, kept his head down, kept on working, and it showed against Missouri.
As you guys get ready to send off these seniors, Jackson, obviously it's easier to define a legacy when you have a championship or something of the like that you've been a part of. And this senior class hasn't. But despite that, as somebody that came in halfway through these guys' tenure at Oklahoma, what do you think is the legacy from your perception that these guys are going to leave behind even after they're done at OU?
I mean, all the seniors, and obviously you can look at Danny and Billy and point those guys out, but all the seniors that have been around, I don't think I've seen a better leader than Ethan Downs, and that's speaking from the truth, man. His ability to rally all of us, and not only that, but I mean, just I don't even know how to describe it. He's very rooted in the Bible and God's word, and I think he's a great facilitator of that. If he's not a preacher when he gets older, I don't know what he'd be. But I think all those seniors are fantastic, and for Danny and Billy, like those guys, obviously they're going to be remembered forever here. Danny, his personality, he'll be remembered here forever, and just for those guys, I want it so bad for them these next 2 weeks to go out and go get a win for them.
Thanks, Jackson.
Thanks,